Hello, good afternoon. How are you doing? Are you doing well? Are things going well? So, today I'm gonna present some point of my view supported by some sources about a matter which you certainly know what it is since we all are not doing work from home for no reason, right? But before I start, let me introduce myself. I'm Hanifatun from Networking Technology Vocational School, University of Gajah Mada. And you can call me Nida as well. Talking about a pandemic, its problem and adversities will come out first on our mind, right? No exception to COVID-19. This pandemic is defining health crisis of our time and the greatest challenge we face since the end of last year. COVID-19 itself is an illness caused by a new coronavirus that is at the same family with SARS, which can spread from person to person. The spread of this virus could infect anyone who has close contact with a person who has COVID-19. The spreadless media itself comes from the respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. However, from what has happened till today, there will always be some lessons we could take from this pandemic, including the state that COVID-19 makes world better. So how do you think, and which side do you think I'm on? Do I agree? Do I disagree? And how about you? Despite much adversities caused by this pandemic, but I do agree that this pandemic also makes world better in various aspects, and it has been proven. So, the first proof is that the air pollution decreased drastically due to the lack of people doing activities outside home. The Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air reported that methods to contain the spread of coronavirus, such as quarantines and travel bans, resulted in a 25% reduction of carbon emission in China. A similar effect has been seen in northern Italy as well. While in New York, scientists at Columbia University reported that traffic levels in New York were estimated to be down 35% compared with a year ago. Emission of carbon monoxide, mainly due to cars and trucks, have fallen by around 50% in mid-March. This decline is said to be the most drastic internationally. Meanwhile, economictimes.indiatimes.com reported that from Beijing to Delhi, the shutdown has cleaned the air of pollutants and reducing respiratory disease. Suddenly, the snow-clad Dhauladhar mountain range of the Himalayas can be seen from Jalandhar. Next, the second point of my reason is that this pandemic definitely warns us to be prepared for the next pandemic. SARS in 2003, H1N1 in 2009, MERS in 2012, and now COVID-19. We don't know when or where, but we know with 100% certainty that another deadly infection will strike one day. While the clear priority right now must be coping with the surging number of cases and the economic havoc that the current pandemic is wreaking. It's also time for the country to begin taking steps to minimize the pain of the next pandemic. Even 201, a 3.5-hour pandemic tabletop exercise on October 18, 2019, found out that government, business, and public health leaders were all woefully unprepared. COVID-19 has revealed the need to devote resources for future epidemic prevention, and create cost-benefit model to evaluate the timing and various types of shutdowns to save lives without excessive economic disruption. Because from what we see nowadays, this pandemic affects the world economy. Reported by Compass.com, during the first quarter of 2020, the economic growth in a number of Indonesia's trading partner countries tend to grow negatively. Singapore drops till 2.2%, Hong Kong 8.9%, European Union 2.7%, and China 6.8%, while Indonesia itself experienced a deep contraction from 4.97 in the third quarter of 2019 to only 2.97 in the first quarter of 2020. The information and communication sector dominated growth, which reached till 0.53%. Therefore, the reflections supported by efforts are necessary by the government in order to prevent the economic plummeted in the next pandemic which could happen again. The preparation for health sector is also needed, since after all, the medical professionals are the ones who deal with the infected. Okay, next we are entering the next proof about COVID-19 makes world better. So this pandemic makes the entire lifestyle change to practice better hygiene. This pandemic awares us how important it is to keep ourselves clean, such as washing our hands properly after doing or holding things. Also, how to ensure either our house or environment clean as well. So, those are 3 proofs why COVID-19 also makes world better despite its misery. About the degradation of air pollution and the change of lifestyle to better hygiene, I hope they won't end as the shutdowns and pandemic end as well, but we should get used to it, healthy life at least, since it's pretty hard to control traffic or travel things since we are not the elites. But maybe we could decrease the air pollution by not using private vehicle such as motorcycle that often. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. I hope you are stay healthy wherever you are and can do your best for whatever you do. Thanks for time given. Good afternoon.